النهاردة عن المية. جسمنا فيه قد إيه مية؟
It's so interesting because we don't think about this, but our body as a whole takes about 70% of it is water. Our brain even more, 85%, 80 to 85% of our brain is water. And so that's why it's so important to have enough water in our body so our brains will work properly.
أكيد. طيب حابين نعرف نقدر نعيش من غير مية قد إيه؟
It's not very long. Probably two days if it's very hot. If it's more mild temperature, maybe 10 days. It depends, but you're not happy and your body's not happy if you have to spend 10 days without water.
أكيد. طيب عايزين تقولي لنا إيه هي أخطار الجفاف لو إحنا ما شربناش مية كفاية، جسمنا يتعرض للجفاف. إيه الأخطار اللي ممكن نتعرض لها من خلال إنه يكون عندنا جفاف في جسمنا؟
So what happens when we're dehydrated? First of all, our metabolism slows. And for people who want to lose weight, this is a big problem because when they're dehydrated, their body can't burn fat or other calories very well. So that's one reason you want to have hydration. Then there's dangerous reasons because as our blood is mostly water and liquid. If we don't have enough water in our system, our blood suffers and it gets thicker and stickier, which is very hard for people with high blood pressure. Makes their blood pressure go up. Heart disease, you know, you don't want your vessels inside might already be narrowed because of cholesterol and other things that are packed around in there. And so if your blood is thicker, it doesn't get to the small arteries as well. And so it's very dangerous for the heart. And if there's a clot, then it's really a big problem. Also diabetes, they also have a problem with circulation anyway. And so if they don't have enough water to keep their blood thin enough, they also face problems with their limbs, losing toes, these kinds of things because of circulation. And of course it comes back to partly dehydration from the blood. And some people feel weak because they don't have enough water, and they think it's because they haven't eaten or their blood sugar is low, but it's really because they need water.
صحيح، مرات بنفتكر نفسنا احنا دلوقتي مش عارين بالجوع وهي في الحقيقة بيكون عطش بس مش مترجمينه مظبوط. طيب ايه الفوائد اللي ممكن بنحصل عليها من مية؟
It's good for the skin, it's good for the metabolism. It's also good for endurance and energy. In fact, when you feel tired, try to just drink a cup of water and see if you don't feel better. And they've done examples for athletes where they made them ride a bike without water and ride a bike with as much water as they wanted and ride a bike with how much water they were actually losing. And each time it increased their endurance and their time that they were able to continue their riding the bike. So water is a big part of endurance.
طيب امتى نعرف ان احنا لازم نشرب مية؟
Well, two things. If your thirst mechanism is working well, you'll get thirsty, but that means you're already dehydrated. And as some elderly people go on in life and aren't used to drinking water, they don't even feel thirsty and they get dehydrated and end up in the hospital having an IV. So that isn't the only way. But if we look at our urine when it comes out, what color is it? Is it really dark and concentrated? Then for sure we haven't been drinking enough water. If it's light, straw colored, then we know that we're hydrated and we're drinking enough water. But we need about 8 to 10 cups a day as a minimum.
We should drink some water then.
Yes. Good examples.
طيب
Sorry. We lose water when we talk a lot and we're talking a lot right
صحيح. خصوصا مع الجو الحار ده. طيب عايزين نعرف قد ايه لازم نشرب مية؟ حضرتك تحدد لنا الكمية.
8 to 10 or 2 liters I like to tell people because we lose water by talking, we lose water by breathing, we lose water through the urine, we lose water through the bowel, we lose water through our skin. So all of those ways.
حتى واحنا نايمين كمان. بنفقد مية even we are sleeping.
It's because we're still breathing.
Yeah.
And we're still sweating. Moisture does come through our skin. So for all of those reasons, and they've measured the general amounts people lose, and they figured that 8 to 10 cups of water will just replace what we lose. So you see, that's just minimum. And so it doesn't hurt to drink a little bit more, especially if it's hot weather and if you're exercising a lot.
صحيح. طيب احنا عايزين نعرف بس انه التغيير البسيط اللي ممكن نعمله مع شربنا للمية. يعني بعرف ناس كتير ما بتحبش تشرب مية، فازاي نساعدهم ان هم يغيروا الطبع ده او العادة السيئة دي؟
Well, and they wonder, how can I get it all in during the day, right? So I recommend people when they get up in the morning to drink 1 or 2 glasses of water. You shouldn't drink too close to meals, half an hour between when you drink and your meal. And then afterwards, at least an hour after that, you should be drinking. So put a couple of glasses between breakfast and lunch, a couple of glasses between lunch and dinner, a couple of glasses in the evening, and you'll get that in easily.
تمام. طيب عايزين دلوقتي تكلمينا بطريقة عملية ايه تاني لاستخدامات المية ممكن نستخدمها غير ان احنا نشربها.
This gives us a chance to talk a little bit about hydrotherapy. And because we're talking about water today, we're going to do something called an ice massage. And this is where somebody has pain in their muscle or a joint, and we want to keep the pain away. And so we'll just do a little illustration here. What we have done is we've taken a styrofoam cup, just a normal cup, and we've put water in it. And we've frozen it overnight. And what I'm going to do, you're going to be my model today, thank you very much. We're going to put this towel here to catch any drips. And we're going to use, for illustration, this part of your arm. You don't want to do it too close to a bony area. So what we do, we just tear this down till we get to the edge of the ice. Just very simple to do there. And I'm going to just be going around here. What you want to do with the ice is just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. Now it's going to be melting on her skin. She's nice and warm. Another thing, we don't want to put cold on a cold body. So it's good that she's under the lights and is feeling very nice and warm. Now when you use ice massage, you go through stages. The person that you're doing goes through stages. And the first stage, it just feels really cold. And then it feels burning. Where are you now?
لا لسه برد.
It's okay. Then she's going to feel like it's burning. And then she's going to feel like it hurts.
Yeah.
It's paining. So it's starting to burn. Doesn't take very long. And then after burning the pain, and then after pain, a numbness, which is what you want if there's pain. And that actually helps. And then after it's to the numb stage, then you can work with it, doing a little stretching and doing a little massage. That's going to help the tissue without having pain. So this is what we do with ice massage. Where are you now with it?
Actually finished the pain.
You finished, you went through the pain, and is it numb now?
Yeah, starting
to be numb. So you see, it doesn't take very long, and you don't want to go past your goal. For instance, once she gets numb, you just want to do it a little bit longer to make sure she's numb, and then you stop. You don't want to keep going. Now, you also, when you're doing it around a joint, you don't want to do it around the bone too much. You want to go wider. Like if we were doing it in a joint, we would go wide around the joint. Well, you get the illustration. Thank you very much for being my model. We're just going to dry you off here. And if it was a painful area, we could now do some stretches on it. We could do a little massage without pain, and that would be good. So that's our little hydrotherapy lesson for today, since we're talking about water.
وزي ما شفتوا أحبائنا النهاردة معانا في البرنامج انه بالتغذية وبالمية نقدر نحصل على حياة افضل وعلى صحة اكتر. نحب نذكركم بالايميل اللي بيظهر قدامكم على الشاشة دلوقتي. نحب نسمع تعليقاتكم او اي استفسارات منكم، ونحب نشجعكم ان انتوا تجربوا استخدامات اللي انتوا اتعلمتوها معانا النهاردة في البرنامج، ونشوفكم في حلقات جاية من برنامجكم علاجك في بيتك.